Have a nice day. Today is Thursday, 19th of October 2023. It is the National New Friends Day, Conflict Resolution Day, International Gin and Tonic Day, National Get Smart About Day. From the history, in 1630, the first General Court was held in Boston. On the same day, the French Seehofer built a fire extinguisher, 1722. In 1739, England declared war with Spain. 1781, the British General Cornwallis surrendered at a New York town at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The resulting American Revolutionary War ended. So, starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that Prime Minister Modi expressed outrage at hospital bombing in Gaza Strip. According to the media reports, the Hamas group said a massive explosion at the Al Ahli hospital in Gaza killed hundreds of people on October 17. People inspected inside a church within the premises of Al Ahli hospital, where hundreds of Palestinians were killed in a blast that Israeli and Palestinian officials blamed on each other, and where Palestinians who fled their homes were sheltering amid the ongoing conflict with Israel in the Gaza City, October 18, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that CRPF discusses evolving law and order situation in the wake of Manipur crisis. The need for modernizing the rapid action force that is deployed for crowd control in Manipur was deliberated upon. Security personnel stand guard at students' protest against the killing of two missing students by unknown miscreants and demand a peace in Manipur, Impal on September 27, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that Indian Muslim leaders urge the restoration of Palestinian rights. Muslim religious leaders in India have united to call for immediate end to the violence in Gaza, condemning Israel for the loss of human lives, bombardment of hospitals, and denial of food, water, and medicine to the inhabitants of the Palestinian territory. In a joint statement, they slammed Israel for its bombardment of Gaza, including hospitals and its siege of the Palestinian territory, and called on the Indian government to maintain a pro-Palestinian policy. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper also states that Israel using white phosphorus in Gaza. 5 things about the controversial weapon. How exactly do these mutations work? What are its military uses? How harmful is the white phosphorus? When have they been used in the past? Are they banned? It may be the important question of the UPSC. A United States Air Force Dolagus A-1E Skyraider drops a white phosphorus bomb on a Viet Cong position in the South Vietnam in 1966. Indian Express also states that Winter Comic Army turns to take more surveillance for the troop redeployment at line of actual control. With no substantive forward movement in the 20th round of military talks between India and China last week, the army is now preparing for the fourth conservative winter in the eastern Ladakh since the start of the standoff in May 2020. Indian Army personnel practicing high-angle rescue and casualty evacuation drills in the sub-zero Arctic conditions during the Yudh Abhyas exercise held earlier this year. Indian Express states that OBCs and subcategories. Why this has been a hot button issue for long. OBCs, the beneficiaries of 27% reservation in the central government jobs, are not a monolith. Within the OBC are hundreds of castes, all at different levels of marginalization. States have long sought to dice the OBC quota to ensure equity, but the subcategorization at the central level has been difficulties. Former Bihar Chief Minister Karpuri Thakur, second from the right, introduced quotas based on the subcategories of the OBCs in 1979. Thakur is seen with the fellow socialists from the left, Biju Patnaik, Madhu Limai, Devilal Ray Express. Indian Express includes this news. Hindustan Times states that Supreme Court prevents Manipur police from arresting transgender activist or B post Gawati. The Supreme Court on the Wednesday directed the Manipur police not to arrest Santa Kurai, a leading transgender rights activist from the state, in the connection with the case filed against her over posts on Meta, formerly on the Facebook. Supreme Court of India. News Times also states that 15 years after Soumya Vishwanathan's murder, is Delhi safer for women now? Forensic experts examine the car of 25-year-old television journalist Soumya Vishwanathan, who was driving back home on September 30, 2008, in a car when she was shot dead on a desolate stretch on Nelson Mandela Marg near the Vasant Kunj around 3:30 a.m. While driving back home after a concert in the mid-2000s, Vidya Shah was chased by four men in a car near Delhi's Nizamuddin colony one night. Speeding did not help, so Shah, who was in her 30s at the time, took an unexpected turn towards the Jangpura. Houston Times also states that Biden meets Bibi, backs Israel on the blast narrative. United States President Joe Biden left pauses during a meeting with the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in the Tel Aviv, Israel, Wednesday, October 18, 2023. United States President Joe Biden on Wednesday, the United States stands with the Israel. Americans are grieving at Hamas slaughter of over 1,300 people and indicated it was the other team, not Israel, that was responsible for the bombing of a hospital in Gaza that killed hundreds of civilians, even as she announced that Israel had agreed to allow humanitarian assistance to move into the Gaza from the Egypt. Going towards the economy of the country, GST evasion of rupees 1.36 lakh crore detected so far in the financial year 2024, DGI. The DGGI statement comes as several tax notices have been sent to companies under GST. In the first 6 months of the current financial year, 1,040 cases involving GST evasion of around rupees 14,000 crore input tax credit have been detected, and total of 91 fraudsters have been arrested. Indus India Bank Q2 profit jumps 22% to rupees 2,202 crore. Indus India Bank on Wednesday posted 22% rise in consolidated net profit of rupees 2,202 crore for the September quarter 2023-24, aided by decline in the bad loans and rise in interest income. Indus India Bank on Wednesday posted 22% rise in consolidated net profit of rupees 2,202 crore for September quarter 2023-24, aided by the decline in a bad loans and a rise in the internet income. Industrial Bank's total income increased to rupees 13,530 crore during the quarter under review, as against the rupees 10,790 crore in the same period last year. Indus India Bank said in regulatory filing. China's economy grows 4.9% in Q3, beats expectations but slows from previous quarter. On a quarterly basis, China's economy grew by 1.3% in the third quarter compared to a 0.8% growth in the April to June quarter. China's economy slowed in the third quarter amid muted global demand, deflationary pressures, and an ailing property sector. China's economy grew 4.9% year over year in the July-September quarter, beating the 4.5% forecast by analysts, but slowing from the 6.3% growth in the previous quarter. Going towards the world news, including once again Israel-Hamas war live updates. Gaza to get limited aid after Biden's visit rage at the Gaza hospital blast carnage spreads. Outrage over Gaza hospital deaths protests royal West Asia aimed blame game. United States announces sanctions against a group of 10 Hamas members and financial network over Israel attack. As severe drought pushes in an imperialed Amazon to the brink. 8 French airports hit by security alerts. Joe Biden in Israel says hospital blast caused by militants. Going towards science and technology, Israel exploring SpaceX Starlink satellite internet services for the communication. The Israeli government is in touch with the SpaceX to expand the Elon Musk-led company's satellite internet service to bolster communication during the ongoing conflict. Ahead of the expected imminent ground invasion of Gaza, Israel is in talks with the SpaceX to set up the Starlink satellite internet services to aid with the wartime communication. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket illuminates the sky as it is launched from the complex 48 Cape Canaveral spaceport in Fla, Tuesday, October 17, 2023. The rocket is carrying a batch of Starlink satellites. ChatGPT gets our browse with the Bing and the DALL-E3 integration. ChatGPT users can now browse the internet with the recently introduced browse with Bing feature and generate accurate images from the scratch using DALL-E3 without leaving the application. Open Artificial Intelligence has officially launched the much-anticipated browse with the Bing feature for ChatGPT. The popular artificial intelligence-powered chatbot was previously limited to the data up to September 21, 2021, which rendered it useless. ChatGPT now can generate images from scratch using the DALL-E. Scientists reveal source of most powerful Marsquake in history. The most powerful Marsquake ever recorded in 2022, and scientists have now revealed what caused it. Just like on Earth, the surface of the Mars sometimes vigorously shakes, and unsurprisingly, that's called Marsquake. An artistic illustration of the InSight Mars lander, which recorded the Marsquake, is shown like this. At last, there's a famous quotation by APJ Abdul Kalam, whose full name is Ol Pakir General Abdul Kalam. Birth anniversary 15 October 1931 up to 27th of July 2015. Was an Indian aerospace scientist and a statesman who served as the 11th President of India from the 2002 to 2007. He was born and raised in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu, and studied physics and aerospace engineering. He spent the next 4 decades as a scientist and a science administrator, mainly at the DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, and Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, and was intimately involved in the Indian civilian space program and the military missile development efforts. He thus came to be known as the Missile Man of India for his work on the development of ballistic missile and launch vehicle technology. He also played a pivotal organizational, technical, and a political role in the India's Pokhran's second nuclear test in 1998. The first since the original nuclear test by India in 1974. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam says a famous quotation. He says that life will never provide warranties and guarantees. It can only provide possibilities and opportunities to convert them into success. Okay, thank you.